What's up everybody, Lucio here and welcome to The Bus. Developed by TML Studios and published by Aerosoft, is this the new era of bus simulation that we've been waiting for? Well, it certainly has some impressive features in the pipeline, including multiplayer, economy mode and full modding potential. But is it really capable of becoming an OMSI successor? I will be taking a short drive here whilst I take you through my initial impressions, but before we get into that I will quickly show you the changes I've made to the default settings. Every time you open the bus you will be greeted with this rather scary looking disclaimer, so probably a good time to remind you that this is early access and you may see bugs along the way. I mean, this says you'll get serious performance issues and it might crash or not even start at all, which is quite extreme, but I guess they just have to cover themselves. I will put a link in the description for their Trello board which shows their current early access roadmap and is more up to date than the one on Steam. If you have the bus yourself you can access it from up here and that will take you straight to it. So we'll just have a very quick look. So anything that's in green is what's already in the game. Phase 1 of course being what we are in right now. The big one I'm looking forward to is AI buses, because right now there are none. But the fact it's in phase 1 tells me that we could hopefully be getting that very soon. Moving into phase 2, I'm most looking forward to having more bus lines to drive on. AI trams, and of course the Man Lion City double decker. You know, that's obviously one of the main buses we've got in OMSI, so it'll be a good comparison there. Also multiplayer, which is again a very interesting upcoming feature. And then in phase 3 we have the economy mode, which again is going to be really good, and more bus lines as well as more buses. So lots to come, but let's get back to where we are right now. You'll see that a lot of it is kind of unavailable at the moment. The multiplayer, the economy, the modding potential as well, none of that's sort of there right now. You can edit the route, which I've not really looked at yet because there isn't sort of much you can do with it. But maybe in the next phase, once there's more of the map available, this will be really good, because then you can make your own route and do whatever you want really. I mean, you could do that now, but like I said, you've only got this one route available. I don't think you can add anything off this route, so you could just kind of make a more express version of the route, I guess, if you wanted to, or something like that. But anyway, let's go back and get into the settings. So I'm going to show you my graphic settings, because the one thing I really didn't like out of the box was the exaggerated brightness and the bloom of everything. And I still haven't made it quite as good as I'd like to, but I have improved it a bit. So I didn't change anything up here. Field of view, I've seen people complaining about, but I think all you need to do is literally type in this box and then you've got over 90. So that's all you need to do if you want higher. I don't know if that actually works, but I've heard somebody say that it does, so I'm just going to take their word for it. I did not mean to enable multi-display. So the look. Gamma I've increased up to 2.8, which I think helped with the brightness. Contrast I didn't change. Bloom I've turned down to 0. Lens flares down to 0.25. Motion blur down to 0.2. Colorblind modes are deactivated because I don't need them. But yeah, that's the main thing that I've changed, and it's still, I don't know, the brightness is still a bit exaggerated. Maybe that's just the way the Unreal Engine is. Maybe that's a limitation, but I hope they can improve it, because it's really the one major downside right now. And in terms of quality, everything is still at max, nothing changed there. Audio I've not looked at. Game settings, you get a few different options there. That's, you know, purely down to personal preference. I did actually turn off the center camera when driving, the head swinging and the steering camera, because there was a lot of kind of the camera moving by itself, going to where it thinks you want it, but I prefer being in full control of that. I don't know what event frequency is, that sounds interesting, but yeah, I've not changed anything up here. You get, so the tutorial doesn't work, but you do get tooltips or subtitles that show you what buttons to press at different points, which is very helpful. And vehicle tilt you could change. It does tilt quite a bit actually, if that means when it tilts at bus stops. I'm not too sure though, maybe it doesn't. Also center steering wheel I turned off. You need that off if you're playing with keyboard like I am. Speed dependent steering is good when you're playing with keyboard, but if you have a steering wheel you will probably want to turn that off. and I do not think I've changed anything else. I'm not using mouse steering or control. Well, I am actually using the mouse to look around, but not to steer, so I guess I could change these top two, but I have found them to be fine for me. And yeah, that's about it. I would like to see you being able to increase the pedestrian density, but maybe that's just this route at the moment is not the busiest. Maybe once we have the double-decker Man Lion City and a longer route, there might just naturally be more pedestrians or more passengers anyway. Controls, again, that'll be all personal preference, so I won't bother going through that. So let's just get started and set up our free play route. So Berlin, of course, is the only map we've got. Vehicle, you've got two choices right now, the citywide articulated or solo. I'm going to stick with the solo in this video, but in the next video I'll try out the articulated one, which I've not actually looked at yet. Control mode, I've turned on automatic wipers and automated air conditioning. I don't think the air conditioning actually works anyway, but I've made that automatic. But yeah, I mean, you could go further and do whatever you want, really. Weather, I have got on dynamic. Hopefully we'll see a change, because it's quite a nice smooth transition between weathers, but if not, I might change it halfway to take a look at the rain. And we are going to drive, we'll drive to the airport, and yeah, we'll start at Marshallbrook. I think that's a good starting point, so it's not too long. In the next drive, when I use the articulated one, I'll start at the airport and I'll drive the full route back the other way and do that without commentary. But in this video, there will be full commentary. So yeah, I mean, I set this up earlier. I'm just going to keep it as it is. And yeah, I'm happy with that. So let's start. And the major benefit you'll notice straight away is the loading time is really, really good. I will say, actually, in this loading screen, the brightness and everything and the shadows, everything looks a lot nicer than it actually does. Oh, okay, we actually have rain, so I guess that's a good thing because it means we're not going to see the exaggerated brightness. But yeah, halfway through the video, I'll turn off the rain if it hasn't already changed itself. I love how you can walk around, by the way. I do like that. So let's get on our bus. I don't know if this bus ever got released on OMSI. I know we have the articulated version, but I know the solo was in progress and I've never tried it. I saw a video of it recently, but I don't know if that was like a beta or not. So these are the tooltips I was talking about, where it will tell you what to press, which is very helpful. Let's enter our tour number. See, I think the automated wipers just makes it a lot easier. So you can just focus more on the driving. I don't know, I just did it because I hadn't set up my controls fully yet. Right, let's turn on our lights. I like how the steering wheel automatically disappears if it's blocking something. It's one thing that OMSI does not have. I do compare this to OMSI naturally because OMSI is the best bus simulator we have right now, right? I mean, surely we all agree on that. So that's why, of course, I'm going to compare it to OMSI and see. Oh, we have a ticket seller. I was going to say, I have ticket selling enabled, but usually not many people actually buy tickets. So you want a single A, B, and you need €1 back. I'm a little bit slow with the ticket selling, but I will get used to it. So let's start moving. Let's go into drive. I was using automatic gear selection before, so I'm not used to that. Yes, I think we are ready. Oh, I did not realise the speed limit was only 15 here. That's really low. Oh, now it's 50, and then it's 30. Okay, that's weird, it must have glitched. When it said 15, it must have been a lie. Okay, the braking is quite sudden, and When you're accelerating and braking, your bus just feels quite light. So that's the only downside in terms of the physics and sort of not feeling completely realistic, but I really hope they change that and can improve on that. But I will say it looks really good in the rain. The rain sounds quite good as well. I saw a review on Steam that said the wipers noise is really bad. I thought there was a dog on board my bus. Turns out it was just the wipers, but I can't hear it. They sound okay to me. What do you guys think? I mean, I know the sounds of the bus in terms of the engine are really bad, in my opinion. But I think that's on the roadmap for improvement. I think the sounds right now are just temporary. Ooh, those cars are disappearing. That's weird. So you can actually report bugs, and you can just type in, choose category, and it sends them a screenshot. So let's just put AI cars on the other side of the road, disappear at this point. So I think this is really good and it will help them to resolve bugs a lot easier. I guess that would be gameplay. Hopefully their system sort of has a thing where if there are bugs in the same location, it sort of combines them, or like puts them into the same group, if that makes sense, rather than just being like a long list of all bugs, because that would get quite annoying if loads of people report the same bug at different times. The other weird thing is passengers don't really make it clear that they're going to get on your bus until you open your doors, then they come. You want a single ticket AB. I'm still getting used to the controls a bit, but I do like how I can use the mouse to look around whilst driving. I don't think you can do that on OMSI when you are keyboard driving. Oh, that's a bit tight. Driving with collisions on, which again, don't usually do in OMSI, so I have to be a bit more careful with my driving. I think in terms of physics, another thing they're thinking of adding, it's like on the Trello board, but it's not a definite thing that's coming, is weather-dependent physics. So, you know, obviously in real life it's going to be a bit harder, or just take a little bit longer to brake when it's raining. The road might be a bit slippery, or that kind of thing. Hopefully that will get simulated. But at the moment there is no difference. Well, I don't think there's a difference between driving in the rain and driving when it is sunny. So you need no change, you want a single ABC. I like these little cameras that pop up as well, that's very useful. Right, where are we going? We're going straight. I knew that was going to happen. I cannot see the lane markings right now. Yeah, the sounds of this bus definitely need improving. I think right now they're using sounds from one of their other games. I don't know if that's Firm Bus Simulator or Tourist Bus Simulator. I think they had this bus as AI, and it's literally just using the sounds of that, so that's why they're not very good right now. Not sure if the articulated version has better sounds or not. But I will say I really like this bus. Lots of passengers on their phones, as you would expect. In fact, all of them are. Okay, we have one passenger not using a phone, and that's it. Well, that's definitely realistic. Oh, we're not going yet. I'm loving the rain. It doesn't even really seem to hurt performance. Whereas in OMSI, like, on London, for example, which is one of the most intensive maps in terms of needing a lot of power from your system. If you try to drive London in the rain, it's pretty much impossible. Well, for me anyway. This is actually the first time that the sat-nav at the bottom right has shown the bus stops. Will they? No, they won't walk up here. Okay. See, they literally do not walk towards you until you open the doors. I think one of the things on the Trello board for upcoming improvements is passenger behaviour at bus stops. So that'll be good. Right, so I think we can make this. We are running 2 minutes late, so I cannot see a thing out of my mirror there. So one of the very first bus sims I played was actually Munich Bus Simulator. I wonder if many people have played that, but I only found out today that was also made by TML Studios. Though literally that came out about almost 10 years ago, I think. I think it might have been 2012, so 9 years ago. But yeah, I used to play that quite a lot and loved it. Though my computer back then was so bad that it could barely run it. But yeah, I had no idea that this was also made by TML Studios. Well, sorry, I knew the bus was made by TML Studios, I just didn't realise Munich Simulator was made by them as well until today. So that's quite interesting. Oh, did I just hit something? That must have been my mirror. That's weird. Nothing seems to have fallen over. Oh, okay. I think I hit that pole. It's weird. Oh well. But yes, as I was saying, I used to love Munich Bus Simulator. And then after that, I loved World of Subways Volume 3, which was the London Circle Line. I was actually considering doing a video on that recently. Still might do it at some point, because I still prefer that to the Met Line on Train Simulator. Just don't feel like it's quite as immersive. So I kind of miss World of Subways. Might go back to it and do a couple of videos on it. But yeah, also made by TML Studios, so I have a history of loving their games. Well, only those 3 that I've tried. It's also very easy to speed, but I'm literally going the same speed as the AI cars in front of me. I literally cannot see the road markings. This will be interesting when the AI trams are added. And you'll have that further obstacle to avoid. Oh, very close. In fact, I'm surprised. Oh, okay. I mean, I did, but I guess the tyre isn't part of that car's hitbox, so we just about got away with that. It's weird, I just kind of don't feel the same need to leave much space in between the cars, because you can brake so quick that it feels like you're just driving a car rather than a bus at times. Oh, it's getting quite foggy now. In fact, I've only just realised that the rain stopped. It's very foggy. I'm liking this though, this dynamic weather. This is why I started using live weather on OMSI recently, to try and have these kind of changes, but the changes in weather are definitely not as smooth as they are in this game. Looks like people have put away their phones. Probably heard me complaining about them before. Wow, it's getting really foggy actually. I don't think the fog lights work, so I'm not going to bother turning them on. Well, I can try them next time we stop, but I'm pretty sure they don't do anything yet. Is that a bus lane? No, I think that's a bike lane. Wow, I'm really struggling to see right now. This bus will be so much better once it's got proper sounds. I feel like that's the only thing that kind of ruins this bus in particular. I don't know if the articulated version has better sounds. Doubt it does, but I will find out in my next video. Ooh, going a little bit fast here. Oh, are we merging? I think we're merging. Wow, this fog is crazy. Oh, we are turning right, okay. I wish the sat-nav would show you a bit further ahead than it does, because you don't sort of see where you're going until it's too late sometimes, like there. And I'm guessing that's now showing me going straight ahead because it doesn't realise I've changed lane. And then I'd have to turn around somewhere. So that's good that that's dynamic in that way. But yeah, I'd like to see this be more zoomed out so you could see further in advance which lane to go in before it's too late. But for anyone who has the bus, or just anyone who's watched quite a few videos now, what are your first impressions of it? Where are you going, honestly? Are we turning left? Oh, yes we are. Okay. But yeah, what do you think of the bus so far? Do you think it could actually be the OMSI successor that we've been waiting for? Like I was saying, in my opinion, I think it's going to come down to the modding tools. In fact, I don't know if I said that. I recorded this route already and then had to re-record, so I actually can't remember if I said that in this recording or the previous one, but I was saying that I think it will really come down to how good the modding tools are. I think that will really decide what is going on here. Is he going? Yes. I think if the modding tools are good, and if they can improve the physics so that the driving experience is a bit better, then I'd say yes, this does have the potential to be the OMSI successor. I am really scared to turn out. Oh, okay, we're going. I mean, there's still Lotus, which is in development, but development on that has been quite slow. I guess with the bus being developed by 2ML Studios, they've got a much bigger development team. And so they can put a lot more time, money and effort into it. But yeah, I think, you know, I played this game on launch day and I couldn't decide whether I liked it or not, but the more I play it, the more it's really grown on me quite quickly. And now I just can't wait to have more routes to drive and just, yeah, just more content really. I do like it. Alright, will anyone let me go? Come on. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I was looking the other way. Of course I had to crash. Well, at least my bus didn't get damaged. Where are you going? Wow, that horn is very quiet. I doubt they'd even hear it. Is that just because I'm inside? I'm tempted to change the weather to sun instead. We've had our experience of rain and now fog. The fog's getting a little bit annoying. Yeah, let's change it. The other cool thing you can do is if you're running early, you can press this button to bring time up to where it should be. So let's go with sunny. Wow, that's a massive change. Also, the other thing that I didn't show... Oh, I didn't know you could do this actually. I was wondering where you could see your timetable. That's good. You can reset your bus to the road. But this is the other thing I did. Oh, didn't know you could drive at the same time. So you can move your seat up and down until you have it where you want it. Also forward and backwards. I've got it all the way back. Same as the view. And also left and right. So that is pretty good. Lots of customization is definitely a good thing. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That happens quite a lot. That's definitely something that needs to be fixed. Could have done a report actually. It's so much better without the fog, we can actually see. But yeah, I think I've improved it quite a bit with the changes I did to the settings in terms of everything not being quite so bright and in your face. I mean, it still is, you can see, but it's better than what it was. Oh, we're turning right, I did not even realise. Yeah, I don't think this looks too bad. You know what would have been cool is if we had a bus simulator like this that started in London. I think they all seem to be German. Wonder why. But I would love to see a London map made for the bus, I think, somewhere down the line. Hopefully this game doesn't die off. Hopefully it does meet its full potential. And once we do have economy and multiplayer, that will definitely be very good at enhancing replayability as well. I think I loved the, what was it, the multiplayer I think I played most on Bus Simulator 16 or Bus Simulator 18, both of those. But the driving experience was just horrible on that game, especially for keyboard drivers like myself. but I did love multiplayer, so I think that will at least give this game a place out there, because OMSI doesn't have multiplayer, so you know, that's straight away more of a, not unique I guess, because other simulators have it, but in terms of OMSI being the biggest bus simulator, this would have that feature ahead of OMSI, if that makes sense. So like, even if the driving experience turns out not to be improved and OMSI is still the best, this will still have the multiplayer and the economy mode and all that kind of thing. So maybe people will still play this game in the long term as well, as opposed to Bus Simulator that I was just talking about, which kind of just got forgotten after a while. Or maybe people still play it, but I definitely do not. Oops, accidentally walking into a wall there. Yeah, I do love walking around. And frame rate has been really good, even when walking around. Just so easy to speed. Oh, we are going straight. By the way, if you have changed your settings and you think it looks better than what I've done to try and fix the brightness and all that kind of thing, please let me know, because I know it's not perfect yet. So if you figured out better settings than me, do let me know. I'll definitely try them out. A lot of people have bright cars in this game as well. That is very bright. We'll see the coaches at some point as well. They're like a bright twist of orange and purple and a bit of pink. They look really weird. Is she on her phone whilst driving? Wow. Or is she just... I don't know. I can't see the phone, but she's got her hand up as if she's on her phone. You know what would be really good as well is just intelligent emergency vehicles, like ones that actually have their sirens on and they're, you know, going past traffic. But I doubt we'll ever see that. That's probably not the easiest thing to implement. You know, I've never been to Berlin, so I can't really speak on how accurate the recreation is, but in terms of attention to detail, I'd say it seems pretty good. You get a lot of like objects kind of in the distance and in side roads, all that kind of thing. I'm really excited to see how easy it is to make a completely new map as well. Because in OMSI it can be such a pain, which is why I've never really bothered, because it just takes so long. See, I know I keep saying it, but I just can't wait to see how good the modding tools are. how easy it is to add new buses, make new maps, edit maps, all of that kind of thing. And whether this really will be the OMSI successor. I mean, I have higher hopes from this than I do from Lotus at the moment, to be honest. I think what Lotus will get right is the physics. They will probably be perfect because, you know, I don't know how many people are working on Lotus, but I know the main guy is one of the 2 people who made OMSI, I think. Is that right? So like, you just know the physics are going to be great. Well, they already are. We can already see Lotus, but in this game you've got the graphics and, you know, the visual side of things, which is way better than Lotus will ever be. There's a bright coach I was talking about. Does Germany actually have all these insanely bright coloured cars and vehicles? Yep, somehow I am way above the speed limit, but I'm pretty sure all the AI cars speed as well. And I've driven past so many police cars and they don't care, so it's fine. I think... so our next stop is actually the airport. I just realised. Is this truck stuck behind that van? Yes, it is. Okay, there's so many cars coming that I don't think it's going to move anytime soon, so let's try and get around it. It's definitely a bit jumpy when you're going at slow speeds, when you just want to move like a little bit. It feels like it kind of takes off for... Oh, now he moves. Are you joking? Now I need to try and merge back in. Right. Passengers are probably wondering what the hell I'm doing right now. Oh, we're turning here. Oh, wow. That was a bit wide. The bus itself is pretty good in terms of detail as well. Don't pull out in front of me. Wow. Now this bit always gets confusing because the sat-nav doesn't really tell you which lane to go in, so it can be a bit strange. Is he not going to cross? Is he just pressing the lights that they go red for us just to troll us when he doesn't actually need to cross over? Yep. Now, I'm pretty sure when you start at the airport you are up on the upper level, so that's where I need to end up, so I think I need to change lane. And nobody's going to let me, or I might be able to just do it over here actually. Turn off, turn off. Nope, there we go. I don't know what I just pressed there, but something changed. Yes, here we are at the airport. Like I said, I've never been to Berlin. Not yet, anyway. Is this a good recreation? I mean, I'm sure it is. because I feel like this is one of the sort of signature places that they've got in the map. Oh, there's the bright coaches again. But yeah, this brings us to the end of that short look at the bus. I think I didn't really like it too much to begin with, but it's grown on me really quick, and now the more I play it, the more I really enjoy it. And I'm excited to see how much it improves. Passengers do a weird thing where they keep sitting until they teleport to the doors once there's an opening. Can you get run over, actually? I think this is like a really weird random question right now, but... Oh, you kind of can? Okay. Anyway, where were we? So that's the end of this route, so thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to make sure you see my next video where I'll try out the articulated version and I'll do the full routes. But yeah, what do you think of the bus so far? Leave a comment below to let me know what you think of it, and I will catch you in the next one.